Hey everybody, it's Laura with the Party Animals, and Spooky's here today, but I just turned on the television to see another mass shooting, this time in Orlando, Florida. Folks, these mass shootings, they have to stop. They must stop. And if I can just reach one person in this video and say, just one person, it might be having a hard time, and tell you, I am here for you. We are here for you. That you must reach out, though, because we don't know to help you. We don't know what you are going through. And we can't help you till you reach out to us. But I am here for you. And the impact that a shooting can have on the victims and their families is tremendous, as I have been through it myself. I have no problem coming out and talking to you about this. I think it's so important you actually hear from somebody that has been through it. And I know the COVID restrictions they put on us, you, me, all of us, were horrible. And especially you folks in the younger generations, it was just devastating for you guys. I mean, for your socialization to be taken away, for the government or any of those folks to confine you to your house and tell you have to wear a mask, was stupid. It was unbelievable. And as I'm talking about it, I still can't believe it. I grew up in the 80s, and we had so much more freedom. I don't even know that we would have listened to anybody in the 80s. I don't think I would have. I doubt I would have stayed in. I don't think I'd have worn masks. I wouldn't have done anything back then. And I don't think the majority of people I knew would have either. And it has had a tremendous effect on some of you folks. And if you're maybe the one I'm trying to reach out to, if I can reach you, you need to know how important you are, but you also need to know how this hurts, how bad the impact it has on folks. But those are your fellow Americans, people. The people that are at those churches that are getting shot, those stores, everywhere they're out at. Why are you shooting your fellow Americans, the very people that will have your back in a war against a foreign country? The very brothers and sisters, your brothers and sisters in arms, those are the people that are going to be protecting you, and those are the people that are getting shot. Okay? Folks, the mass shootings have to stop. It is so hard for us to keep our right to bear arms and continue to try to protect ourselves and our freedoms against those very few people that want to control everything. And you know exactly who I'm talking about, okay? I don't need to spurt out any names of those very people trying to take all our freedoms away, trying to tell us and society what we are going to do based on their beliefs and how they will have every bit of control and we have none. Well, folks, that's what happens when our right to bear arms is taken away. And the more and more that these shootings happen, the more and more, or the closer, should I say, the closer and closer that freedom gets jeopardized. And without the right to bear arms, what do you think is protecting all our other freedoms? That is the most important freedom that we have. And people like me are trying everything to protect that right. And obviously, you would cherish that right because you were able to get a gun, right? Or you can get a gun. And again, this video is only really trying to reach just maybe that one person that is just on the fence about things, that just don't know whether they want to be here any longer, you know. That's desperation. And staying inside and the stuff that has gone on for the last 3 years has been detrimental to our health. The sun has a ray that it's a chemical, or it's a ray that hits our brains and in our eyes. Can't hit our brain, but it goes through our eyes, and it prevents depression. So it creates a chemical reaction. Well, if you're stuck in the house all the time, or you're playing these video games, I mean, you don't understand what that could do to your health, even though you don't want it to, even though you have no intention of that doing that to you. You have to go out and socialize. If you can even find one person you trust and that you want to talk to, and if you can get one good friend out of everything you do, that is so much what you need to cherish. But you have to cherish yourselves. Okay? You have to love yourselves. If you love yourselves, we will love you back, okay? I am here for you. I don't know how else to express that to you other than just come forward and say I am. And, reach out to me. Oh my gosh, I'm not that hard to find. I'm really not. Reach out to me in the messages. I am here for you. All of us are here for you. Just go talk to anybody, okay? Go up to your local offices. They are there for you. I promise. I promise they are. And please, without our right to bear arms, you gotta, the old saying is, a person with the guns is a citizen, and the person without their gun is a slave. And it is so true. How are we going to protect anything with that very few people that are trying to control our world and everything in it and every bit of our lives? This is our right, and this is one of the rights that we cherish so dearly. And who's going to protect us in the case of a foreign invasion? Who's going to protect you when there's a home invasion? What would any of us do? Do you think that they're just going to come in and they're just going to go, okay, I'm not going to do it? That's not going to happen, folks. All of you people fighting against our right to bear arms, you shouldn't be saying anything until you've actually gone through it. And then after you go through it, you can come back and give me your opinion. But until then, don't. Please don't. But again, this video is for anybody that might be just on the edge, that is, just like I can't handle life anymore. People reach out. It is so crucial that these mass shootings stop, okay? The mass shootings have to stop. But don't think this is the only country. Do you think that just because they don't have guns in the other countries, you know what they're using? They're using swords and knives and every other thing out there. Can you imagine what it will be like for anybody to try to protect themselves in a knife or a sword fight? Folks, come on. I mean, women wouldn't ever even stand a chance in that case. Ever. And many, many men couldn't. So I hope I can reach out to just even one person that's on the edge and say, we are there for you. Things will be okay. But don't go ruin your life, and don't go ruin anybody else's by shooting people or doing any kind of violent act. It's going to ruin your life. It's not going to just ruin theirs. It's going to ruin yours. And it's going to ruin your families. Can you imagine how your parents or your brother or your sisters or your children are going to feel? Do you think it stops at you? It doesn't stop at you. It just starts at you. Okay? So, I mean, I have been asked countless times to speak to prisons, to juvenile facilities, and different things, which a few times I have, but I just finally stepped up on this and thought I just have to put a message out. I do not understand. It's just like every day I turn on that TV and there's another shooting. And I don't know what's going on. I still think that the government putting, confining people to their homes and dictating everything to you folks and to me and everybody else, that has just caused tremendous, unbelievable problems. Humans are social people, and without socialization, these are the things that could happen. And when they took away socialization, these, I believe, are the results. But this can change. This can change. But it starts with keeping our freedoms, folks. So, anyway, I hope this video reached out to the people it needed, or the person it needed to reach out to. And again, our thoughts and our prayers go out to all these shooting victims and their families, and now the new Orlando mass shooting. It's just unbelievable. I mean, why would anyone go shoot up a news crew or anybody? I don't know what's going on. I really don't. But anyway, please do your best to have a good night and stay safe, folks. And please think about how valuable and how important your basic rights are. Because right now they're your rights. They're your freedoms. Okay? We'll talk to you later.